there's magic in your backyard. Go and find it.
We'll head around to all the towns, head away on holiday. South Aussie with Cosi's on sit down. South Aussie with Cosi.
Howdy folks, my name's Cosi and it's my job to spread the word about just how awesome our state is. I'm born and bred South Australian and like you, I'm extremely passionate about SA. Adelaide's a great place to live and there's a bit of doom and gloom around at the moment, but I reckon we've got to focus on the positives because there's plenty of them. Adelaide has changed so much in the last 5 to 7 years with the opening of Adelaide Oval, a new Victoria Square, North Terrace all done up, we've got a redeveloped Rundle Mall and more events than ever, and this city, well, it's looking smoking hot. When Adelaide opened Adelaide Oval, I reckon it was like seeing our city on a prom night. Suddenly she became a beautiful woman ready to show off to the world. But for the city to prosper, we need everybody talking up just how awesome it is, and most importantly, that person is you. Anyway, enough of that, let's see what's on the show. We explore the Unley Council and there's a community garden there where 50 residents have a plot that they can use for free. And I'll show you how to entertain a family of 2 adults and 3 kiddies for only $20 a day. But first, it's time to unfold Rundle Mall. I want to show you something down the mall you probably didn't even know was there, and best of all, it's totally free. There's loads for tourists to do down Rundle Mall and the surrounding precinct, and I'm encouraging you all to unfold the mall and look for places you've never been before. I bet you this is one. Did you know there is an actual replica of an underground opal mine right here in the mall? Well, there is.
Here at Unique Opal and Diamond Manufacturers, we're one of Adelaide's leading manufacturers of opal jewellery. We do all the work here in the premises. My partner and I are both opal cutters and jewellers, so we do the whole process from the ground up, literally. We offer opal cutting demonstrations down here. Pretty much every day that we're open, at least one of us is manufacturing, so there's always something to look at. We've also got this unique underground mine here, which kids love, people of all ages love actually. It's really cool. It's free to come down. We're in number 5 Rundle Mall. People don't realise that there's actually an underground mine in Rundle Mall. People are blown away. People that have lived here all their life, they walk past and they never realise there was a mine here. It's great in school holidays. The kids come down, they love it. Yeah, it's just a great experience. People love it.
Nowadays, it seems there is an app for just about everything in the entire world. But there's one that I've been using loads lately, and it has seriously changed my life. It's Uber. Now, have you ever heard of Uber before? Well, if you haven't, listen closely. It's basically the newest, most trendiest way to move yourself around South Australia, and it all works on your phone. I'll show you exactly how to do it. First of all, you go to Uber, and here you can look at this map, and you can see these black cars are Uber drivers all around the city. You set your location, set pickup. It tells you exactly where surrounding cars are. You request an Uber. Requesting now. An Uber driver accepts your job. Jason in the Uber Black Holden Caprice has accepted your job. It tells you he's 3 minutes away, and I can actually see Jason's car there moving to me. I know he's exactly now 2 minutes away, and I can see exactly when he's rocking up to my place.
Good thing about Uber is you know exactly who's getting into your car, and the rider also knows exactly who's going to pick them up. They've got my contact details, they have the rego plate. All the cars are of this quality, they're all clean inside, the drivers are clean and tidy, they're always on time. You can follow the car on your phone to see where it is and where it's coming, how far away it's going to be.
The Uber system has this setup where you can actually rate the drivers. So my trip's just finished with Jason. So it says here, your last trip, all the details, photo of Jason, and I can rate him out of 5 stars. So that he has to be accountable as a driver. But the good thing is that he also rates me as a passenger. So Jason and I got along like house on fire. So 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, 5 star, submit, and we're ready to book our next Uber. The best thing about Uber, I reckon, is that when you get out, it's a cashless system. That means that no money changes hands. It's just charged to your account and you're done. There's no change, there's no worry about having the right money. It is totally, totally cool. So that's me and Jace Dunn, and I might try a bakery for lunch. South Aussie with Cosi has teamed up with Uber to make sure that your first ride in Uber here in South Australia is even more special. Have a look at this. Download the free Uber app right now and plug in the code word SA with Cosi and you'll instantly receive $25 into your brand new Uber account. That makes your first ride even cheaper. It's the easiest $25 you'll ever earn, so download the free Uber app right now, punch in the code word SA with Cosi and get on board and join the 1 million Aussies already using Uber.
South Aussie with Cosi. South Aussie with Cosi.
Welcome back, gang. You know, we're here in the Clare Valley, and something I've seen plenty of this weekend is what's behind me, camper trailers. There are loads of them floating around the Clare Valley. They've become super popular in the last few years, and I've got Kay here from Eagle Trailers. Why do you think camper trailers have become such a cool thing?
I think because a lot of people now are forgetting going overseas, discovering Australia,
Yep.
and they really want to have a look at it right on bottom level. So it's a lot of money to have to go travelling around and staying in hotels.
Yep.
So they pick up a camper trailer, they can go wherever they want, and it gives them the freedom that they can take their children everywhere, check everything out.
And the other thing I love about them is how easy they are to set up. Now, up until 12 months ago, I didn't have a camper trailer, but I can't believe how quickly you can pull up at a location and set up. I'm going to get you to give the demo because you're better at it than I am. There it is. Go show us how it's done.
Thank you.
So how good's that? In a matter of basically minutes, we're set up to this point.
Yep.
What I love about this, Kay, is that, you know, after a long night of driving, you can pull up into a caravan park or you can pull up to any location and you're set up.
That's right, yes. Most of the time you very rarely ever get to a site on time, so
Yep.
you figure you're going to be there before tea, you're right on tea time, you don't want to take an hour, 2 hours to set up.
Set up and go to sleep. Of course, if you're staying for a few more days, you have to set up the annex. To help us out here, we've got Rick and Dan.
We do.
Watch how easy this is. Let's go, Kay. We'll go get a coffee. Take it away, boys. You know what, setting up camper trailers nowadays is way easier than it used to be. And if you want more information on the camper trailer like this one behind us, just head to Eagle Trailers and Campers on Main North Road, Para Hills West.
South Aussie with Cosi. South Aussie with Cosi.
7 months ago, I'd won a Scott Salisbury beautifully designed 2-storey, 4-bedroom home. It was valued at $1.3 million. And for the last 7 months, we've been kind of living a dream, and it's just continuing every day.
I love anything that supports South Australia, and the Hospital Research Home Lottery has been going since 2004, and in that time they have made 20 people millionaires by giving away homes just like this one behind me. And the good thing is, you could be the next one.
Hospital Research Home Lottery has been supporting South Australian hospitals and medical research for over 20 years. The funds from the lottery go towards supporting research that translates into better care in our hospitals. So one of the things we're able to do is ensure all South Australians benefit from the proceeds of this lottery, not just a few.
Steve, what do you think of the house, mate? You've had a look through?
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, perfect. Nothing to do, and that's what we like. That's what we want.
It's been a pretty important involvement for Scott Salisbury Homes and the Home Lottery to come together. So we're a proud South Australian business, 25 years, and we've built 21 homes. This is our 21st home for the Home Lottery. It's been really important for our business and our brand, and important for our staff to engage with that.
The Home Lottery is a great South Australian event supporting medical research here in SA. But the other thing that I love about it is the fact that it helps create jobs here in the state. The home is built by South Australian company Scott Salisbury. It's built by SA tradies and SA suppliers, and that is good for SA.
Scott Salisbury is very passionate about working with the Home Lottery because we understand that all the funds that get raised out of what we do as a business stays in South Australia, and that's something we're very proud of, and it's something that Scott takes very personally.
What's your favourite part about the house, mate? You've had a bit of a look around?
Well, I like the bedroom, and it's really cool that they popped all the balloons around the place.
Mate, you know, when you come into a $1.3 million house, I'm like you, I always look for balloons as well, you know. It's those finishing touches like balloons, isn't it?
Yeah, it's...
The impact on patients has been quite measured in the sense that people coming into our hospitals now have a much higher chance of surviving and leaving hospital healthy than they would have prior to the Hospital Research Home Lottery starting up.
Do you know you also get $250,000 cash as well if you win the house?
Really?
Yep. And on top of that, you get all of the furniture, you get all of the artwork, you get all of the fridges, the white goods, even the cups and saucers on the sink. You get everything, you just move in.
Kids are getting the house that we're living in now and we're moving
Wouldn't
in
you?
here.
I'd do the same.
Scott Salisbury is a very proud South Australian. Everyone knows that he played football for Glenelg and started out as a carpenter and started out on the tools himself and putting the timber frames up of the homes. And then over 25 years, obviously, Scott has progressed into a businessman and into a large business, and where we are now, where we align ourselves with strong South Australian brands.
We've always focused on ensuring people have a really high chance of winning. The first prize is something that people really want to aspire to, beautiful homes in great locations. But there's always early bird prizes, which are fantastic cars. You know, we've had Aston Martins, we've had Lamborghinis, we've had Maseratis. So the prizes are amazing, and we always offer thousands of prizes so that people's chances of winning are fantastic.
A life-changing happening is what happened to me. It came to me that people really do win. You know, people really win these things. And I was one of the winners.
The best days of the year are when we ring the winners. It's a really wonderful day, and it's really an important thing for me to be involved in for satisfaction to change someone's life. You know, every winner has a great story, and they're all South Australians.
Grandma Cosi used to have a saying, you've got to be in it to win it, and that is the case with this. The Hospital Research Home Lottery. Grab yourself a ticket and you never know your luck. You could be South Australia's next millionaire. Good luck.
South Aussie with Cosi. South Aussie with Cosi.
I thought I'd take the time to show you all around the Unley Council area. There's loads to see and do in this vibrant council area, and best of all, there's plenty to do for free or next to nothing. First stop for us is the Fern Avenue Community Garden with over 50 plots that residents actually get to use for free.
What a great place just to experience nature in terms of sustainable food. I mean, it teaches young ones, she's a bit young to learn just now, but about growing their own food, you know, where food comes when they go to the supermarket, or it comes from the ground it's grown.
We're very, very adamant that it's organic, no pesticides. And people come to the garden and they say, well, how come there are all these vegetables and you don't use pesticides? Well, as one famous Cuban said, if you have a whole field of potatoes, you're going to get a whole million of potato pests. If you have one potato and something else, they're not going to bother. And I think that's how this works. It's just a homogeneous whole, and it works as a whole with a variety of things. And the birds come, and snails and whatever, and they all keep each other in balance. Emphasis here is on the Fern Avenue Community Garden. We're very keen on fostering relationships between people. We have a function where we'll invite the neighbours around for a pizza in the garden. We have dinners on the solstices where the gardeners get together and share meals. And it's just lovely to be part of that community, reaching out and having all these interesting people come in and enjoy it.
Oh look, there's a bee. Are you looking at the bee?
I've wanted to be a beekeeper since I was like 7 years old, but my mum would never let me. Now the sad thing is I'm 37 years old and I still want to be a beekeeper, but my wife won't let me. I just can't win. But this community garden on Fern Avenue has got its own beehives and makes its own honey. How cool's that? On the footpaths in the Unley Council area, you wouldn't expect to see this, a huge bunch of bananas. Did you know that there's actually over 1,000 varieties of bananas right across the world? And they say that the actual banana plant is classed as a herb, while the actual banana itself is classed as a berry. Bet you didn't know that. But how many of these things do you think we eat every year in the world? Well, it is over 100 billion bananas that are consumed right around the world, making this the 4th largest agricultural crop in this world. And most of the bananas are produced right here in the Unley Council. Well, that bit's a lie.
We're here at the Unley Swimming Centre, the best swimming pool in the state. We've got kids and adults, everyone coming down and cooling off on a 40-degree day.
This place is a community swimming centre. It's owned and operated by the City of Unley, but probably the biggest trait is it's owned by the community. The community love this centre. They love coming down here, and I think that's the trait of this centre. They come down and they're passionate about it.
You know, I was going to jump in and show you guys how it's done myself. In fact, underneath this, I'm actually decked out. I've got the mankini on, but I've just realised I've got the jolly thing on back to front. So with all these guys around, I thought I'd just get the Unley Swimming Club to do it. You ready, gang? Yep. We've got very similar BMIs, so let's get into it. Ready? And dive.
Take your marks.
Oh, take your marks. I wish my kids were that well trained. Best of all, how cheap is it to spend a day here at the Unley Swimming Pool? Well, I'll say it in advance, that's a bargain.
We've got a number of options, but the best option probably for the family, if you go to the movies or something like that, it's going to cost you anywhere up to 60 or 70 bucks for the family to go down. 20 bucks will get you in down here, gets in 2 adults and 3 children, which works out $3 or $4 a head, and you can bring your own picnic down, have fun on the lawns, and you can spend the day here. That's a pretty cheap outing in today's society, I reckon.
This is the heart of the City of Unley. We've got the Unley Council building, library behind us, the Soldiers Memorial Gardens, main shopping precinct just in here. And there's a huge history with the City of Unley. 27 of the allotments that Colonel Light laid out were sold, which now make up the City of Unley. And here is where the housing first got going over 150 years ago. That old church over there, well, that was here before we as a council even got going. The vision for the City of Unley is that this will reposition the heart of the City of Unley so that we've got apartment living combined with top-class entertainment, nightlife, restaurants and business districts. We're going to create a smart city hub in the centre of Unley whilst protecting all the lovely character residential areas.
One thing that the Unley City Council does better than, excuse me, possibly any other city council is its events. And tonight's a corker because the Santos Tour Down Under is in town. Tonight's the big party and tomorrow's the race.
Over 30,000 people come to the event, both local and from afar. So King William Road and the Unley area is known for its food and wine, and even its shopping experiences. We have something here for everyone. Whether you sort of want to have a dining experience or just a bite to eat along the road. It's just a fantastic night for the community, and we really enjoy when the shops are open. We get to sort of see what everyone has to offer.
Cheers, ladies.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Future cycles coming through.
There's loads to see and do in the Unley Council area. For more info, head to their website and I'll catch you in Unley. Well, that's all we got time for, folks. Thanks so much for supporting South Aussie with Cosi. We're now in our 5th series. Can you believe that? I believe as a South Australian we are super blessed to live in such an amazing place. I mean, have a look at it. Adelaide's just getting better and better, and it's up to all of us residents of South Australia to help spread the word about how cool this city and state is. I mean, have a look at this place. We need every resident of South Australia to share my passion for this state, because if we all jump on board and talk it up, amazing things will happen. So hit it hard on your social media and talk up the beauty of this place. Let your interstate and overseas friends know just how awesome Adelaide is to visit. If we all do that, we'll attract more visitors to the state to come and stay for a holiday in this vibrant city. And the more visitors we get, the more money that's spent in the state and the more jobs that we create. Talk up SA, and thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you on the road somewhere. Thanks to all of our sponsors, including Metro Holden on Port Road, Thebarton. You know, they've been driving our show for 5 years. They do service and repairs on all vehicles, not just Holden. Well, folks, have a great evening. We'll catch you on the road. Hooroo!
South Aussie with Cosi is proudly brought to you by the South Australian Tourism Commission.
South Aussie with Cosi.
I like possums.